Spring means the roofing business is in high gear. Bad weather can do a number on a roof, and homeowners across the state are always looking for a quality contractor. There's now a new tool to help you find a potential contractor. It's online at the state's Construction Industries Board website, a list of roofing contractors registered with the state.
It's really just a way that the consumer can kind of check the background of a roofer or a contractor before they do business with them.
Mike Wells of A-Best Roofing says the contractors must show that they're a licensed business with the state and that they have all the proper insurance. The law requires the contractor to display their registration number on signs and in contracts. Wells says customers should check the website to make sure a roofer is registered, but he also suggests you check with friends who have a new roof, the Better Business Bureau, and ask for references of local, recently completed jobs before you sign a contract. And something else to consider if you're in the market for a new roof. Because of the rising cost of fuel and the devastation in the South, the cost of shingles and roofing materials is expected to rise by as much as 20% by the end of the month.
Typical square shingles that cost about $72 at the beginning of this month, we're anticipating it's going to cost about $100 a square by the end of this month.
Wells says there's a lot of resources for customers to make the right choice, and the online registry is just one path to a new roof.
It's a good first step. It's not full-blown licensing. It doesn't require a skill set by a roofer, but it's a good first step.
That's very important to take care of your home during a snow event like this, and something the experts say is just as important to keep an eye on is the buildup of snow on your roof. The drifts and winds can be a menace to your home. Snow builds up on the edge of the roof, causing a backup where there isn't any insulation. And that can lead to this.
First we started with 1, then it came to 2, and then it came to 7.
We met Jim Stewart last February after a major snowstorm. His roof had developed leaks that had been caused by ice dams.
It had drips here, and then it came through this seam here where you can see that the paint's come off and it's flaking off here. It just drip.
Ice dams usually come after a snow or ice event. It forms when the ice melts at the top of your roof, then refreezes as it gets closer to the edge where there's less insulation.
So on the heated area of the home, as the warm air hits the bottom side of the sheathing that our shingles are attached to, it does in fact start to melt that water, and that water can't get off because of this ice dam. It just simply can't get off, so it backs it up underneath the shingles.
One way to prevent an ice dam is to clear off the edge of your roof. You can purchase a roof rake online or use a squeegee with a long handle to clear back about 3 feet from the edge of the roof. It's not necessary to do it while the snow is falling. An ice dam will only form after the snow and ice has started to melt. It's also important to clear away the snow from your exhaust vents. If those get clogged, carbon monoxide can build up inside your home. Now, if an ice dam does form on your roof, roofing experts say do not try to chip it away. It's just way too dangerous, and you could damage your roof. In Tulsa, Dan Bewley, News on 6 tonight.
A-Best has been handling jobs like this one for more than 3 decades. Its president says over all that time, its biggest competitor has always been contractors who cut corners.
Anybody with a pickup truck, anybody that blows into town during a hailstorm or storm can call themselves a roofing contractor. So basically, it's a free-for-all.
Free-for-all may be a fitting description. Until now, roofers have not had to deal with much regulation. That will change next month, though. Contractors who want to do business in Oklahoma will have to register with the Construction Industries Board. To be approved, the contractor must show evidence of liability insurance and workers' compensation coverage. Contractors say they're happy about the new regulations because they feel it will cut down on unscrupulous roofers showing up and taking jobs like this one, but they do wish it would go a little further.
Just really the bare minimums, but at least it does have some requirements, which are better than none.
The roofing program is still not a licensing program like the one electricians and plumbers must participate in. But A-Best says it sends the message that Oklahoma is no longer a safe haven for contractors looking to make a quick buck. And for an industry working to repair its image, Lane says it's an important first step.
It's terrible. Our industry just has an awful name with people blowing into town from all over the country
Summertime could be trouble for an oft-forgotten part of your home, the attic.
When we have a heat extreme and heat warnings, it'll go well above 130.
James Boyd and his team are spending this week installing a wood shake roof. He says this style helps cool your attic because it allows the roof to breathe. Homeowner Jan Tipton says she'll do anything to bring down her utility bills.
Well, it's real important because it's what we're paying for our energy bills, to keep the house insulated and cool as possible, and the roof and the insulation and all that plays a part.
An attic vent is another way to lower the temperature. Static vents and turbines allow the heat to escape. Gable or soffit vents draw in the cool air and help the other vents work better. And ridge vents are new to the industry. Each one is placed on the peak of your roof.
They all work efficiently. You know, the whirlybirds have been on homes for decades now, so as long as there's enough draw, say your gable vents or soffit vents, then you should have equally as much exhaust on the home.
And besides saving money on your energy bill, having a well-ventilated attic can be good for all that stuff you keep up there.
We try to keep as little in there as possible.
Tipton says she doesn't keep fabrics in her attic, but is a bit concerned about the Christmas decorations. She's expecting this new roof to have a positive impact on her monthly bills.
Hopefully all the little things you do add up to something greater.
Dan Bewley, the News on 6 Tonight.
First we started with 1, then it came to 2, and then it came to 7.
Jim Stewart noticed a big problem in his home late Saturday night. An ice dam had formed on his roof and water was leaking inside.
It had drips here, and then it came through this seam here where you can see that the paint's come off and it's flaking off here. It just drip.
Ice dams are common after a snow or ice storm. They form when the ice melts at the top of your roof, then refreezes as it gets closer to the edge where there's less insulation.
So on the heated area of the home, as the warm air hits the bottom side of the sheathing that our shingles are attached to, it does in fact start to melt that water, and that water can't get off because of this ice dam. It just simply can't get off, so it backs it up underneath the shingles.
Jim Lane says once an ice dam has formed and begun to leak, there's not much that can be done, and warns about trying to break one apart.
Absolutely not. Don't chip the ice away. That's too dangerous. Plus, you're just taking a chance that you're going to damage your roof.
It's low crawl in here too. So
your best bet, Lane says, is to get buckets to catch the water. Stewart has 7 in his attic. But before a winter storm, Lane says you can add insulation, especially around the edges of your home, or improve the ventilation. Those help keep the temperature even in your attic. Terry Hood, the News on 6.